Hey guys, it's your girl Taya Marin and I am back today with this really cute mermaid Halloween tutorial, so just stay tuned and watch how I get this super cute look. First, I'm going in with my black Opal foundation stick. I really love these foundation sticks. They're super creamy and blendable, and they're very full coverage, so I really love these foundation sticks, and they're easy to apply as well. Then I'm going to go in and just blend in this foundation with my damp beauty blender. I just do, soft patting motions till I get the blend that I want. You can also buff out this foundation with a buffing brush if you want. It's completely your preference. And then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This is one of my favorite drugstore concealers. And I just really like to use this in combination with my LA Girl Pro Concealer. So I'm just going to put this in those, normal highlighted areas under my eye, above my lip, on my nose, and blend it out with my beauty blender. And because I want a really full coverage highlight, I'm going to go back on top of that Maybelline concealer with my LA Girl Pro Concealer and blend this out. I'm not really sure what made me try this combination, but whatever made me try, I really like this combination. I think it really gives me a really nice full coverage highlight. If you're wondering why I go back and forth with my blender from side to side instead of blending in one eye at a time, I don't like for the product to sit under one eye for too long before I blend it out, so I like to do it simultaneously. I think it just gives me a better blend. Now I'm going to go on with my Revolution foundation stick for my contour, and I'm just going to take a little buffing brush and directly apply the contour from the brush onto my forehead and on my cheekbone. I really like this method versus drawing the contour onto my face right from the foundation stick, just because I think it gives me more of an airbrush soft contour versus a very harsh defined contour. So this one I definitely wanted to be subtle but still warm my face up. I'm just taking really light brush strokes and buffing that into my skin because, like I said, I really want it to be very airbrushed. And then I'm just taking a smaller brush with that same Revolution foundation stick and contouring my nose. And this brush is a pretty fluffy brush, so it gives you that same airbrush effect for your nose contour as well. Before I go in with my setting powder, I'm going to spray a little bit of my Urban Decay setting spray all over my face just to set in what I've already done so far, just my foundation, contour, and highlight before I go in with my powder. And of course, I'm going in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm just going to pack that powder into my skin as the first layer, and then I'm going to add another layer of loose powder under my eye to protect from my eyeshadow fallout. Now for my brows, I'm going back in with my NYX brow pencil. You guys know this is probably my favorite pencil. I use it almost every video. Just light brush strokes in the direction of my natural brow hair because, again, I like really natural brows, and then I clean it up with a little bit of concealer under the brow bone. Now that I'm watching this, my brows definitely looked a lot better off camera than they did on camera, so I'm kind of upset with the way they look. But whatever, I'm just going to keep it pushing. But y'all know how critical brows are, and I always seem to have one brow that looks better than the other. I'm actually taking a little bit of the black Opal foundation stick that I used on my face and cleaning up my brow bone because I don't really want a crazy highlight under my brow bone, just clean it up a little bit. Now I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm taking the shade Silk Cream just to use as my all over lid color before I add the fun shades. I'm going to start off with the shade Jada and take a fluffy brush and just pack it on to the outer corner of my lid. As you guys know, working with heavy pigmented eyeshadows, it's all about the blend. So I'm packing it in to get that intensity that I want, and then I'm going to slowly blend it out. When you're working with colorful pigments, it's always good to have a clean, fluffy brush that has no pigment on it whatsoever. So when you go to blend, you're just literally moving the pigment around. You're not adding any color to it. I'm being very mindful of where I want this pigment to go. I want it to be some sort of a cut crease, but not really. The way I'm blending it from the outer corner to the inner corner in small circular motions. I don't know about you guys, sometimes it's just easier to put shadow on with your finger. So I'm going in with the shade Pool Party and adding that on top of Jada to give it that really high shimmer intensity that I'm looking for. And I'm just packing it in like I would with a brush, and you can use a brush, whatever your preference. And then I'm going to go ahead and just buff that out into the crease. My camera cut off when I was adding this shade Royalty from the Morphe palette, but I just did the same thing I did with the green, just took my finger and packed it on there and then blended it out. Now I'm going to go with my Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and I'm going to add the shade New Money into the inner corner of my crease and blend it into the purple Royalty. And I'm just going to continue packing that on there until I get the level of intensity that I want. And then when I get closer to the purple, I'll kind of blend it out a little bit. Now just going back in and blending that out as much as possible because I really want it to just be a seamless blend. I don't want to see any harsh lines in my crease. Now I'm going in with this Wet n Wild Fantasy Maker Glitter Palette. I'm not the biggest fan of this palette, but it did work for this look. But I'm just adding some glitter onto each shade. So there is a little bit of pink glitter and there's some green glitter, and then I'm just going to buff it out because I really wanted my shadow to pop. But the texture of this palette is very gel-like, so it can kind of rub off your eyeshadow that you've already applied if you're not careful. So make sure that you're not necessarily rubbing it, but more so packing it in, because you don't want to wipe off all of the progress that you've already made. Now to finish up the rest of the face, I'm just brushing off that translucent powder. And then I'm going to go in with my black Opal powder foundation and warm up my face again and just pack it in. And then I'm going to go in with my Tarte matte bronzer to go over my contour and warm up my face even more. Now I'm just going to smoke out my lash line, my bottom lash line, with that same shade Jada up until I get midway, and then I'm going to smoke it out with that pink shade New Money until you get to the tear duct. I love smoking out my lash line, my lower lash line. I think it definitely makes your eyes pop, and I think it just brings the drama. So especially for a Halloween look, you really want to up the drama and make it pop as much as possible. And again, this is all about the blend, and I just keep picking up more of that shade as I go. until I reach the level of intensity that I'm looking for. Now to get the scale effect, I just put this little, I do hair too, so I always have weaving nets on deck. So I'm just taking this weaving net and placing it on my face, and then taking that same shade in Jada and going in my contour and adding it to my cheekbone just to give the effect that I have scales on my face. Then I'm going to go on top of it with this Duo Prismatic Highlighting Duo, and it gives you this pearlescent, purple, silvery, pinkish highlight. So I'm going on top of that green color to kind of give you that spacey mermaid highlight. And for a little extra pop under my eyes, I'm going to line my eyes with this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in white. And for the finishing touches, I'm just going to add some face jewels, and they're so much fun, but I kept dropping them, so just be careful. Once you take it off the thing, be really careful, otherwise they will fall out your hand. But I finally got the hang of it. Also, for my lips, I added NYX Saint Germain as my lipstick, and I went over it with this NYX lip gloss. And here is the final look. I don't know what you guys like to call it. You can call it a mermaid look, you can call it ice princess, aqua princess, whatever you want to call it. Make it your own. But this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, make sure to comment below. Make sure to like and subscribe. And also make sure to tag me at Taya Marin Beauty if you recreate this look. And I'll check you guys on my next video.